Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. How are y'all doing? It is right before the holidays. Everybody's in the kitchen cooking, but guess what? We are about to have a conversation on this Wednesday. We are about to talk about some freedom. We are about to talk about a way that you can actually absolutely shift your finances right now in this season. So go ahead and share this live. Share this live out right now. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to give everybody a second to share this live out. Share this live out. Share this live out. So I am your co-host tonight, Twayla Copeland, out of the state of North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. And I will be bringing on my amazing coach, multimillionaire Pam McCray, who around this time, 6 years ago, found a way to shift her and her family's finances. Because around this time, 6 years ago, corporate America failed them. Corporate America failed them around the holidays. And around the holidays, that's one of the worst times to get failed. So she was able to shift her and her family's finances and was able to create an amazing legacy for her family around this time 6 years ago, which is inspiring. It's absolutely amazing. So again, everybody share this live because you will be inspired by her story. Her one yes, absolutely, completely changed her entire life. All right, I got the live shared. I hope you all have shared this live. Again, we're going to have a conversation tonight, and you're going to hear from an amazing woman, like I said, Miss Pam McCray, multi-millionaire, who has absolutely been able to shift her entire life by one yes. One yes, ladies and gentlemen. One yes. You see this in this glass? This tea. One yes from this tea, where she was able to shift her entire life. I'm excited tonight to bring to you Miss Pam McCray out of this out of Las Vegas. She is absolutely amazing. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful to be in alignment with her. Again, a stay-at-home mom where corporate America failed her, where corporate America failed her husband. And again, she was able to shift her entire life. So, Coach Pam, Pam McCray, are you on the line? Can you hear me? All right, ladies and gentlemen. She might not can't hear me right now, but again, go ahead and share this live out. So yes. All right. It has been an amazing day. It is Wednesday. We are going to have a conversation. I will tell you all, ladies and gentlemen, that watching Coach Pam, listening to her story has been life changing for me. She has shown me that I am truly created for greatness. And the one yes completely changed her life. How it can change my life, it can change your life as well. So I'm waiting for her to get back in, but we're still going to get this started. Coach Pam, Miss
All
Pam
right, all
McCray,
right.
can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You're breaking up just a little bit.
Am I still breaking up? Okay, because we need to make
Yes,
sure we
ma'am.
I am. I'm breaking up. You can't hear me clearly?
I can hear you, but it's breaking up just a little bit. It's on my end, staticky, just a little bit.
Okay, so let's see what's going on
There you
Facebook.
go. I can hear you loud and clear now.
Are you sure? Okay. Because I definitely want to make sure that everybody out there in Facebook land can definitely hear me. Let us know in the chat if you can hear me very clearly, because we're going to have a conversation tonight. And I can tell you that this definitely is a life-changing conversation. So I want to make sure that everybody out there can definitely hear me. I want to make sure that everybody out there is definitely tuning in. because we want each and every one of you to know on this incredible Thanksgiving Eve that you are one yes away from changing your entire life. So I want to say great evening to everybody. Thank you so much, Twayla, for being my phenomenal host tonight. I definitely want to say Nate and I are super excited to be connected to you. Super excited. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get some things going. Super excited to definitely be on this journey together. And together we are changing lives all over the world. So how you feeling out there, Twayla?
I feel good on this Wednesday. I was about to say Thursday, but it's Thankful Wednesday for me. Been grateful all week, so I'm excited tonight.
Right, absolutely, yes. And you know what? It's funny because it does feel like it's Thursday. It feels like it's a closeout, but you know, it's just because we've had such an exciting time, you know, this week as we are preparing for everything that's about to happen within our company, as we are preparing for all of the shifts and the Black Friday sales and everything that's about to happen around the world. There's so many people, you know, even though, you know, this is a different year as far as the way people are feeling because of everything that we've been through. But we're really excited because of the fact that, you know what, we're here, and the fact of the matter that in the midst of change, in the midst of a lot of challenges in 2020, this really has been a year in which, because of one yes, we've been able to create some exciting things. We truly have been able to change our life, not just physically, but also financially. And so I want to say to anybody out there that's watching tonight, perhaps you're that person that's looking for something. Perhaps you're that person who has been able to, you know, make it thus far. However, you've experienced change. Maybe you're somebody out there in which you've lost some hours, some job hours have been cut. Perhaps you actually lost your job. And we just want to say, as we're going into the holiday season, that our hearts and our prayers definitely go out to each and every one of you. And just know that for real, you can absolutely turn things around and that there is hope. And so, you know, I have an incredible, beautiful young lady on the other side of the screen tonight. And, you know, she said yes. About how long ago?
2 years ago, September.
2 years ago, September. And so, you know, just tell everybody out there a little bit about, you know, you're a single mom, right? You have how many kids? 4 kids? How many kids?
4.
4 children, and you're a nurse. And so just talk to everybody out there today a little bit about your story and why you're excited for the fact that you said yes 2 years ago.
I said yes 2 years ago because, and like Coach Pam said, I have 4 children, and I don't know about any parents, whether you're a mom, whether you're a dad, but when your children want you to get outside and you want to go out, they want you to go outside and go play with them, and you don't have the energy to do it because you're overweight, because you're tired, because you've been eating all the wrong things and your body is just not functioning the way it's supposed to be. For me, that began to pain me. I would get outside, go play with them for about 5 minutes, and I was tired. I had to sit down, or I had to go back in the house. And to hear my children cry and say, "Mommy, please come outside and play. Why can't you play? Why are you tired?" That bothered me, and it bothered me to the point to where I knew at that point I had to make a change. And I also needed to have surgery, and my doctors were scared I wouldn't make it off the table. I'm 5 foot nothing. I was 200 pounds. My blood pressure was through the roof, and I was unhealthy. And being a nurse, you know, I say that our healthcare professionals, we are some of the most unhealthiest people because we're so busy taking care of other people that we don't take care of ourselves. So those were my 2 reasons as to why I said yes, because I needed that change and I needed it right then and there. And I'm so thankful and grateful for TLC because it completely changed my life. I can now get out and go run with my kids. I can race with my kids. They didn't know mommy can run. And so when I can go out with my now 11-year-old and I can beat him in a race and he looking at me, "Mommy, I didn't know you could run like that." "Yes, your mama can. I just couldn't before." So that brings me joy to see to be able to be active with my kids is the biggest thing that completely changed my life, because being a single mom, they need me. Who else they gonna go outside and play with? So that's my heart right there. My children are, and I had to do something not only for myself but for them, because I want to be here for them, to see them get older and teach them the right things to do concerning their health.
Wow. You know what? And I know that there's some mom out there that can definitely relate to your story, maybe even a dad out there that can relate to your story, because you know your health is your greatest wealth. And to know that we have some incredible products out there that are for real changing lives health-wise, I know that it's changed your life financially. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. But, you know, as we're getting into this conversation tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say to each and every one of you, you've been able to hear from a single mom of 4 who, you know, is a nurse, who's been able to experience, you know, the struggle, right? Physically and financially. And so somebody out there tonight is looking for something. Somebody out there tonight is looking for change. Somebody out there, especially, you know, when you look at the world, you know, statistics show that this is the season of the year in which so many people are depressed. So many people, are not happy about this season just simply because the struggle is real. And I can tell you that, you know, just talking a little bit about my story personally, that 6 years ago this month, it was real. 6 years ago, you know, prior to saying yes to one little pack of tea, who would have thought, right? Right, Toyota, one little pack of tea would literally begin to change my life. And I know it has changed your life. But who would have thought that one little pack of tea, as we began to sip on some tea, would literally begin to bring change, not just to us physically, but to us financially. Because I can remember the job failing my husband, Nate. I can remember us having a 6-figure income that literally went down the drain in a matter of no time after he gave up himself for 25 years to an industry as an engineer, only to look up and realize that they really didn't care about the time that he had put in. They really didn't care about his family. They didn't care whether we ate for Thanksgiving, right? They didn't care whether our kids had some Christmas gifts. They didn't care any of that. But I can tell you, I thank God for every struggle and for everything that we had to go through. I didn't see it as greatness back then, but I began to realize that God doesn't allow anything to happen to us. Instead, everything happens for us. And so I can remember November of 2014, when everything began to shift. We had literally just stepped out on faith. And I can tell you, I had been in some other businesses. Had you tried other businesses before TLC, Twila? You did, right?
It was my 5th one.
Your 5th one. Well, I don't know. I know for 20 years, it probably was our 25th one, okay? And literally, I remember, you know, saying, okay, here we go again, you know, but I knew that I needed something because I used to be shy. I don't know about you. You're very outgoing, you know, prior to TLC, because TLC brings about a different you, right? For real.
Yes, it does. It does.
Right.
I'm a shy person.
Yeah, it brings about a different you. And so I used to be very shy, I was afraid, but I wanted to win. I wanted to be able to, you know, be that stay-at-home mom that added some significance to our house, you know, to our household financially, because I used to watch Nate be gone all the time. He was never home with our kids. And I can remember Christian, you know, being a baby when he started to travel, and 6 years later, he's like, when is daddy coming home? And I'm like, this has got to stop. And so, you know, to look up and find ourselves broke, you know, living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know if anybody out there tonight can kind of relate to our story where, you know, we know and we remember the days when we had $1 in the bank and we had to go and fill up that gas tank for Nate to be able to travel 30, 40 miles to get to that job, you know, through the end of the week, you know, knowing that the paycheck was going to hit before that NSF fee hit. And those were for real the struggle. I remember being at home and having to sell something on eBay just so that our family could eat the next day, you know, kind of planning for things like that. I remember all of this. And so when the job failed us and we found ourselves bankrupt, we found ourselves, you know, losing every single vehicle. We found ourselves literally just living a life of robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I remember every holiday season, all I wanted to do was to be able to go and put stuff on layaway. It was crazy. Like, I remember being that mom in which I would go and put stuff on layaway saying, you know what, I got 2 months to figure this out. But at the end of the layaway, I still was struggling because I never could keep up with the payments in order to even pay it down. So it was crazy. I remember this, right? And so I knew that we needed some change. And I know as a single mom, you could definitely relate to that, right?
Yes, I can.
And so imagine one yes, y'all. One yes for a little pack of tea. Now 6 years later, right? And I can see it in your eyes, right? I can see it in your eyes, and it's 2 years for you. But one little pack of tea coming into our life and looking up, and the very thing that we visualize now becomes your reality. And whereas this is the beginning of your journey and you've created some success, Twila, I want you to know that the best for real is yet to come. Because that little pack of tea, 6 years later, I'm forever grateful and thankful Mr. Jack Fallon and his vision 21 years ago, you know, as he started it with his BFF in his basement, for every single leader that said yes prior to us, our executive ambassadors, the founding families, every single yes that I'm forever grateful because they truly paved the way. But who would have thought that I'd look up and not just lose 20 pounds, you lost like 70 something, right? You lost like 70 something pounds, right?
70, yes, ma'am.
70, right. You lost like 74 pounds.
70. I lost the whole person.
70 pounds. Well, I just lost 20 pounds. I had a little bit of belly fat. And so when my belly went on flat, the world wanted to know what was going on. But I didn't realize that little flatness, right? As I started to feel more confident, I started to really believe in myself and to say, yes, I can. I absolutely can do this, right? I looked up, and not only did it turn into a $250,000 ring coming on my finger in 7 months' time, but literally looking up and seeing it turn into a 7-figure income in 17 months. And now because of a multi-million-dollar ring being on our finger, we've been able to give back. We've been able to not just give back, and it feels good, right? Right. This is the time in which I know that because of TLC, you've been able to do some things, right? Right, Twila?
Yes,
right?
yes.
Right. And so it's a feeling like none other. And so to know that in the midst of a pandemic that we have going on in the world, to be able to give back over 6 figures, not just to our team, but to be able to bless different foundations, to be able to bless people who are in need, to be able to do the things that God has called you to do. That's called purpose. To be able to look at our son who struggled, and we know his mom, like, don't mess with our kids, right? To look at our son who struggled academically, who was literally set up to fail, who they deemed as, you know, not being able to even graduate from school, who had a gift at playing basketball, right? But he couldn't get the grades, so he could never play. To say yes to TLC and to be able to literally pay cash to the tune of $50,000 to put him in a private boarding school. And I promise you, the pictures that our son sent to me on yesterday, as he had 5 D1 offers on the table as he's a junior, right? Scholarship after scholarship. West LA opened up the door to total freedom after he was able to go to Oak Hill Academy for real, playing for Cal State Fullerton. These are the things as moms we want to be able to do, right?
Right.
And so TLC, and I mean, you shared your story with me and your why. You shared your why with me. And one of your whys, I know you shared with me about your mom. Tell everybody about that. Because sometimes people want to know why TLC. Tell everybody how your mom is a part of your why.
I grew up in a single parent household. I didn't know my father at all growing up. And when I wanted to branch out and get to know him, he had passed. So my mom worked 2 to 3 jobs since I can remember. She has busted her tail for me and my siblings and her grandchildren. And to see her now getting ready to be 64 and to still work the same way she is working, it's time out for that, because there's no reason that she should be working as hard as she worked I just turned 33 yesterday. There's no reason she should be working as hard now as she was when I was younger, 33 years ago. And so that pains me because she's getting older. You know, so security, it might be there for her, it might not be there for her,
Right.
but we
Right.
can't wait on that. And my goal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to retire my mother because she deserves it. As much as she has sacrificed for her family, she's the matriarch of this family, and she's still here. She's a great grandmother, and I want her to sit down somewhere and to be able to enjoy her family and enjoy the long life that I know God is going to give her. But it's time out for her working as hard as she is. So
Right.
for me, I'm doing this for her, not just for my children, but for my mother, because she has been my backbone in everything, and she means the world to me.
Right. You know, at any time, and that's powerful. You know, that brought tears in my eyes as I listened to you share that, because I know how much TLC has meant to us and, you know, for our family and for my parents. To be that daughter, the baby of 5, and to, you know, have elderly parents and to have not just products that were able to definitely bless them while they were here on this earth, but there's nothing like that feeling to know that your parents never have to worry about anything. There's nothing like that feeling to be able to give back. And I remember, you know, being that kid in which, you know, my parents made sure I had everything. So one of the things, one of my drives and my motivation was to make sure that they had the absolute best when they can no longer do for themselves. And I thank God for TLC, because not only was I able to be that daughter, not only was I able to have the time to spend with them, but TLC, this company, allowed me to be that daughter who made sure they had the absolute best, to be that daughter to make sure that they were in the best of the best care, to be that daughter that as they were laid to rest with no insurance, to be able to pay cash and to lay them to rest without any concerns. That's why we're on here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to let y'all know that this thing is for real, for real. You see, we can go on and on about what TLC has done for us and what it's doing for us in the process, because I can tell you that's just a few of the things on how TLC has been able to bless us. But there's nothing like being a blessing, being blessed, and being able to be that blessing in the lives of others. That's impact. And so tonight, you know, you've heard just a little bit about our stories. You're hearing from 2 women who are excited about physical change, who are excited about financial change. And so these products we're talking about, and you know, I just have to, I'm gonna talk about this one right here, okay? Because this one was the game changer. Was this the first tea that you tried, Twila? Was this the first one, or did you try? It was the first one, right? This one, the #1 global direct selling tea in the entire world. It's a detox tea. And if somebody's watching me tonight, there you go. You got yours. I ran in here from another call. Didn't have time to make mine, but you got it. You represent it, right? And so I can tell you that if you don't understand that your health is your greatest wealth in this season, then you need to step up to the plate and understand that detoxing is going to be the very thing that now opens the door. And I can tell you that this is the very product with my original story where I lost the belly fat 20 pounds in 31 days. And y'all can see that our results and our stories vary from person to person. TLC gives us some products that flat out work, okay? And which we do not guarantee that you will receive any type of results. Looks like my stuff is cut off, all right? But I can tell you that the products work. And our compensation plan pays out every day and weekly, okay? So just FYI, to explain all of these incredible stories that's on here tonight. You work, it's gonna work, the products and the compensation plan. And so this one, nothing in it but some simple herbs that is gonna detox and cleanse your body, right? And so that's where you wanna start. But Twila, tell me, what's your favorite product?
I don't even have it up here with me, but my favorite product is the NRG.
NRG. This one.
Yes. Okay. I gotta have it every day. I'm thankful for the tea because I understood once I started I didn't even research it before I started taking the products. But once I started taking the products and I lost my 20 pounds in the 30 days, I started researching. I'm like, let me see what's in here. And so to be a nurse in the healthcare field and to understand the power of these products was everything. And when I started looking at the NRG and I began to take that NRG, because when I first started with TLC, I was in a dark place. I wasn't there. I wasn't happy. I wasn't participating in life. I was in just I had a real dark cloud over me. And so when I began to take that NRG, and it saved my life, because what I was on, part of my health issues, what I call was a caffeine Molly mix. I was drinking a whole bunch of Mountain Dew. I was putting coffee in my sugar. I was taking the 16-ounce Mountain Dew, 16-ounce Red Bulls, and putting more Mountain Dew in them to keep me up at night, because I was working 16-hour shifts, 6 days a week as a nurse. And when I began to take that NRG and I saw the energy and I wasn't crashing, I wasn't, just feeling like my chest was about to come out. My heart was about to come out my chest. I was like, this is for me, because that energy was all natural. It was amazing. And when I went to bed, I wasn't jittery. I wasn't doing any of those things that I was doing on that caffeine Molly mix. And that 5-HTP and that NRG that sends those happy signals to the brain, man, that's everything. Like my kids know when I don't take it, because I need that in my life. I need that. So that's my favorite product.
I know that's right. And it definitely keeps us happy. That NRG has definitely come to all of our lives and really brought about change, and then I want to say that I love that one. Obviously, we love all these products. It's very difficult to say, okay, this one is my favorite one. It really is. But, this NutriBurst, I definitely want to mention tonight, because this definitely is a game changer. It's going to put the nutrients back into your body, right? I know that Twayla and your kids take this too.
Every last one of them. I took it to their pediatricians and they said they don't have to take those Flintstones anymore. You can keep giving them that.
Right. So guys, this is an incredible vitamin that's going to give your body everything it needs. Just think of it like this: 1 tablespoon, 10 salads. That's all you need to know. All right. To the point that we got a lot of different products. We're not going to go into all of them tonight. I can tell you, we got instant tea over here. I remember when this one came out, we were just really excited. Why? Because we were in hotel rooms trying to take and put this in a coffee pot and boil the water and trying to make tea, right? But when this game changer came out, literally, we was like, yes, all we got to do is open this up, put it in a bottle of water, shake it up, drink it, voila, lose some weight on the go. Game changer. What I love about this, it's Thanksgiving. We put this product to the test 6 years ago, Thanksgiving. And I can remember literally, we're like, okay, let's see if this stuff really works. Now, it was this product though, right? And we were like, does it really work? And so we started to eat. We're eating the pies, we're eating the cakes. We want to see if we gained any weight, right? And I could tell you that over the course of Thanksgiving, we didn't gain a pound. We didn't lose any weight, but we didn't gain a pound, right? Because we were sipping on this tea. So now imagine having this one that's going to make you feel full so that you eat less, okay? Because it works with your stomach receptors. So a very powerful product right here at TLC, not to mention, it comes in some different flavors, which now is going to allow you to tap into cash in on CBD, right? Which is what is on my shirt. To those of you out there looking for some holiday cash right now and beyond, you see CBD is a powerful industry. And so we got the lemon flavor, we got the raspberry lemonade flavor. There's differences in between the two, but I can tell you this one has no THC in it. So both of them are very powerful products that's going to help with pain in your body, inflammation in your body, happiness, you sleeping better. You name it, it's something very powerful. It's going to help to clear up skin. And we start to hear all kinds of testimonies when it came time to these products. So we can go on and on with the products. That last one that just came out, I didn't bring it in here. But how many of y'all out there know about sea moss? You on the sea moss, the Nautica? Right? I didn't bring any in here. Why? Because I literally am having to hide it from myself. You have to hide it from yourself?
It's good. It's good.
Right. I have to hide it You know, literally, I'm talking to people every day that's saying, you know what? Oh my goodness, I'm addicted to sea moss because the stuff is so good, and the benefits as far as it balancing your body, your metabolism, helping you rest better, your skin, your digestive tract, all of your systems within your body. I'm gonna tell you what. So I don't even have none in my office because if I did, I would be eating and I would be sucking on it all day long like this, right? So, but the sea moss is an incredible product that we have. Not to mention, Melody has recently become my friend, working out with the heat challenge, exercising for real, committing to new body goals. As you know, so many people begin to do that this time of the year, start to think differently. So a lot of different products. But what I want to do, let me see, because I know that Twila sent me her before and after picture, and let's see, because I'm using a different program, and I just want to see if I could actually pull this up on the screen and allow you all to see, you know, her incredible testimony. Can y'all see that? Can you see that? Hopefully y'all can.
I can see.
Use different systems and don't really know what's going on. But I mean, tell me, how does this make you feel when you see this picture? I gotta let y'all see this. How does it make you feel?
All I can really do is smile and be like, that's me. I did something yesterday where my mom put up all my pictures, and I've always been big since I was a little girl. And to see that woman on the left, and to see that smile and know that I was fighting through a lot of pain to just make that smile happen. And to look at myself and see the weight, and to know that I was having, you know, different health issues. And then I look at this woman on the right, and it's nothing but smiles. And all I can say is I'm thankful and I'm grateful to be at the place to where I'm at mentally, spiritually, and even physically. And it's all thanks to TLC and these amazing products.
Wow, wow, wow. You know what? I got you up here on Instagram.
You're kind of choppy, Coach.
Can you hear me now?
You're still a little choppy.
All right, I'll come back through in a minute. Come through, program. Can you hear me now? Yes, yes.
It's a little choppy.
Yes. Really? Okay, I'll have to rethink this program. Can you hear me now? Well, I can tell you. Okay, everybody, let me know if y'all can hear me. I can tell you that, you know, you get a lot of love over here definitely on Instagram, as people are seeing your before and after picture. Can you hear me? Am I good? Good to go?
Yes. There you go.
Yes. Okay, now she says yes. Thank you so much. You know, and I know that makes you smile, because recently I put on some weight. All right. And there's some people out there that can relate to what's happening in the world right now. And so literally, you know, back in July, I just started to allow things to get out of control. And sometimes we can make excuses, but honestly, I think I was low key depressed after losing my dad and didn't even realize it, because, you know, it wasn't due to what's going on in the world. But he just said, you know what, I'm 96 years old, I'm closing my eyes. And he literally went on to be with the Lord with no expectation. But I'm thankful because, you know what, he was healthy all the way to the end because of these incredible products, right? And so anyway, I looked up and I had put on some weight. Can anybody relate to that? And I can tell you that, and I don't know if I can find mine, but, you know, I'm definitely going to see what I can do over here to see if I can. And I just want to share with you all what my recent story has been able to really, you know, look like, because of the fact that I made a decision to take control. And many times that's what can happen in life when we don't, you know, decide to take control, and things can happen when you do look up and a shift in the wrong direction has happened. And so that's what happened to me. And so now I'm going to see what I could do to see if I can actually find this here. That's one of the things that I do love about the other program. It's a little easier. Okay. So share my screen. Can y'all see that? Look at me. This was me in July. Okay. I was totally out of control. Okay. Totally out of control. Can you see that, Twila?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. I was totally out of control. And I had to make a decision. And as I made a decision to commit even more so to my products, because I never stopped taking my products, but maybe instead of drinking my tea twice a day, I was drinking it once a day or once every other day, something like that. I was taking my NutriBurst every single day, without a shadow of a doubt. My NRG every single day, but I was out eating my healthy regimen, right? And that can happen too. I wasn't really working out like I was, and I could tell you that in 30 days from me taking control, in 30 days of me adding exercise to my diet, you know, and us kicking off the heat challenge and everything, and me working out and starting to change my eating habits, look what happened to me. So I'm really excited because of the fact that I've been able to, you know, have another story in addition to the original one. And there's nothing like that when you can definitely see some change. So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody on here tonight, you've been able to definitely hear about some incredible products. But, you know, I came on here tonight with Miss Twyla Copeland in order to not just talk about these products, but there's somebody out there, as we walk in here, that knows the struggle. There's somebody out there that's sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I know we was, right? Twyla, nobody want to live paycheck to paycheck. Right? So tell me this, as a single mom, and TLC adding income to your house, what are some of the things that the compensation plan, not just any compensation plan, I want y'all to know it's the number one that's going to pay you every single day, every single week, right? And guess what? They truly are going to give us so much more than that. So tell the audience, you know, what are some things that TLC has been able to do for you financially?
Tapping into that first way of getting paid, that retail definitely has changed my life, because there's nothing one, getting paid daily, and then also having that cash on hand because you got the products on demand has been everything. It's been times to where I haven't had no gas money in my car and I'm waiting on to get paid the next week. And it were times where I was asking my mama for money, and having those products on hand to be able to, you know, make that cash right then and there, to be able to put some gas in my car is everything, because I use my car to drive and to go to work. So I need gas money to be able to do things for my kids, you know, small things, going out to eat, rewarding them with stuff. That's everything to me, because when you are a single mom, sometimes you have to tell your kids no. And they don't understand, you know, why you're telling them no. They don't understand that bills got to be taken care of. They don't understand that, you know, there are some priorities before you can get the things that you want. You got to get what you need. So to be able to have that extra money it has been everything. And TLC has also allowed me to free up some debt.
Talk about the debt.
$30,000 in student loans, you know, paying that every single month on top of other bills that you got to pay, and then your kids still wanting stuff. And, you know, every parent know kids not cheap. So to be able to pay off some debt and to be able to get some stuff for my kids without having to say no, because I got that extra cash coming in and I'm not just allotting the only cash I got to bills, is everything. You know, to be able to see that smile, is the sacrifice is worth it with what I do.
You can say that again. Yeah. Because I remember the no's. Like, I remember never being able to do anything outside of the ordinary for our kids. You know, I never forget the time in which, for the very first time in life, that our entire family was able to get on a plane together. Like, there was nothing like that feeling, because I remember that we was living paycheck to paycheck, like for real, and we couldn't do anything extra. And so the only vacation that our kids ever got was getting in a car and going and driving to grandma's house, like grandpa's house. And so, you know, these are some of the things that, because TLC, you hear Twyla, you know, to be able to do some things for her children and not say no. You know, get to the point where your kids stop asking, right? Because they're just like, oh, they're just going to say no, right? But kids are very persistent, and so they keep coming back. So, and you know, and these right here make moms and dads smile, like for real. And so TLC, ladies and gentlemen, this is a company that literally can give you hope. It's a company that will literally not just give you that hope physically, but also financially, because we tap into 6 ways of pay. You heard Taylor mention retail, which everybody could grab a hold of. It's something that is going to pay us every single day. You get started today, you can have your check in your account tomorrow, right? We get these incredible TLC debit cards in which the money is there immediately the next day. So it's powerful, right? And this is the time of the year in which you want to do extra for everybody out there. And so imagine being able to first and foremost start in your own household and being able to do so much more. There's a lot of other ways that we get paid over here. You see, you can stop right at retail, but I can tell you the person who says, you know what, I understand residual income. I understand what John Paul Getty said. I'd rather have 1% of 100 people efforts than 100% of my own. And you decide that, you know what, I want to help other people. And now you think about everybody who wants to be healthy. You think about everybody out there who right now hours have been cut, who right now maybe are dependent upon unemployment as unemployment rates have climbed through the roof in 2020. They came down a little bit, but I know that the recent numbers is that there are at least 100,000 new cases in a rolling 7 days, right? So it's because things have shifted. So in a world in which struggle has happened in 2020, imagine being a part of a company in which we've had the biggest growth in the history of our entire company, the biggest checks in the history of our entire company in 21 years. Like for real, for real. So you decide to build a team, and that's another 50%. All right, for a fast start, people join you, whatever they purchase for their getting started kit, their kit that they get started with in business, they get some product for themselves, you get half. The third, fourth, and fifth ways, I'm not going to talk about too much, but I can tell you it's called timing and position when you tap into the binary, okay? And you find 2 people just like you. And you want to solidify your position because here's the thing. You're going to get ahead of the game. At the top of the year, the number one thing that people want to do is lose weight. The second thing is they want to make money. The third thing is they want to get closer to God. We say we can help with 1 and 2, but guess what? This is a company with some strong foundations, and we can probably help you with number 3, okay? So get in position because your position matters. There's going to be people that get started in January, the first 90 days of the year, in which you're in before them. You're not even going to know these people, but the binary builds with 2 teams, and people join, and they have to fall down below you. And they become a part of the team. So yeah, it's a benefit up to $20,000 a week, right? The fourth way is a check match. Just remember more income, 50%. All right. You help somebody get paid on that binary, they get theirs, you get half of whatever they make. And when they now go out and find somebody else, you're able to get up to another 50%. Right. So 100%. That fifth way. I know you want to do what? What's that rank we talk about? What you want to get?
National director.
National director. Go national. We got different rankings. And what are they going to get? What's that fifth way? How much?
That fifth way is the lifestyle bonus, that $1,500 check every single month. Who don't want that?
Right. I mean, imagine. I mean, I know I can think of some extra things to do with $1,500, right? Right? What if with that extra lifestyle bonus, what will you do with it when you go national? Because I know no doubt that this young lady that I'm looking at on the other side of the screen is definitely a national director. So what's some things you can think of you can do with that $1,500?
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with it.
There you go.
I'm gonna pay off my mama house.
There you go.
2, we gonna get a house, me and my children. That's the first thing.
Right, absolutely. And so, you know, that extra income coming into your house, I can tell you that's how, you know, we leverage the whole compensation plan to be able to literally pay that $50,000 cash to, you know, put our son in that private boarding school and literally watch him have a chance at his dreams, you know, to see him in his Cal State uniform. I know without a shadow of doubt that Christian McCray, y'all remember that name, will be in the NBA, right? It's just a matter of time. But imagine as a mother, us being able to do these things that we could ordinarily do, because working a job does not give us freedom. Working a job just means that we leverage that job for a temporary time. But when we become the entrepreneurs that God has created us to be, and we find that vehicle called change, then that allows us to not just do for us, but to be able to do for others, which is called our purpose. And then that sixth way, ladies and gentlemen, as we close out this incredible conversation tonight, you'll feel it, right, Twayla?
Yes, absolutely.
That young lady is all the way in North Carolina, right? We used to live there to one of our home states. And I could tell you that I feel her energy and she can feel my energy. And all we're saying tonight is, are you going to say yes? And now feel the energy that literally is shifting and changing the entire world. So what are they going to do? What do they need to do? They need to get back with what?
The person that invited them to this live.
There they go. That's exactly what needs to happen. You need to get back with whoever shared this live with you tonight. Say yes, because you can get in literally for a little or nothing. When it comes time to your freedom, when it comes time to your future, when it comes time to change, okay? You just want these products, grab a hold of your health tonight. Get your products on deck, because I can tell you the time for your health is now. If you want to now say yes and now create some freedom, to stop living paycheck to paycheck, to now add some income into your household, to literally be able to bridge the gap, to be able to have some freedom for your family, time and financial, to be able to build something for your legacy instead of leaving debt behind. We paying off debts over here at TLC, debt free. That's what's going on, right? So then now you can do what you want to do. Grab a hold of that $50 business kit. Say yes, and we look forward to seeing each and every one of y'all. Not from the top, but where, Twayla?
At the top.
That's right, because the bottom is way too crowded. So, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for joining us on this incredible conversation tonight. I want to definitely thank my host, Miss Twayla Copeland, for bringing the energy, bringing the fire, bringing her story as a single mom, chiming in from you in Charlotte, right? You in Charlotte, right? Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, who definitely made a decision that she's not settling in life, who made a decision to know that her children deserve more than no and so much more, who made a decision to say, you know what, I will retire my mom because I watched her work 2-3 jobs my entire life and she's still doing it, and it's time for her to sit down somewhere. So who else out there wants to do something for somebody else and yourself? Say yes tonight. And we will see you all at that top. So definitely join us back tomorrow night. It's Thanksgiving, y'all. And I can tell you, it's all kinds of things happening right here within our company. Deal after deal after deal after deal. And so don't just get started. Get started right. And let's take this thing all the way to the finish line as we change lives all over the entire world. So good evening and great evening to each and every one of you. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much, Twayla, for your energy tonight. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
No other way. Thank you. Having fun. We get more work done.
Yes.
Yes, you're welcome. I see you, Kimberly. Naja. Yes. Tawana. Yes. Good night, everybody. Yes. I see that, IG. All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night.